Guess what the occasion is? Yes, it's during a sports game, specifically a football game. But one thing you may never guess right is that this is not taking place in a professional stadium. Instead, it's happening in a village surrounded by farms and mountains where the winners take home livestock instead of trophies. Rongjiang County in Guizhou province has become a national sensation in China with its village football league. Played by enthusiastic farmers, the league has attracted millions of visitors from around the world, even Brazilian football legend Kaká. So what's the magic of a grassroots football tournament that rose to fame a year ago? What has the amateur football league brought to the once impoverished region in southwestern China? This week on Deep Dive, I spoke with my colleague Li Jingjing, who just had a wonderful time at the football games in Rongjiang. This episode is brought to you on Friday, June the 21st. So, Jingjing, are you a football fan yourself?
Well, honestly, I'm not really a football fan, but this time when I was in Guizhou, I think it changed my mind. It changed my how I look at football leagues, because in this village, it doesn't look like a professional super league that only for professionals, like hardcore fans. And this time, the Cunchao, the village football league in Guizhou, make it look like a super fun game that everyone can enjoy, everyone can go. So I think from now on, I probably will be a football fan.
Oh, so thanks to this village football super league, now you have also become a football fan. How do you think that football vibe in Guizhou differ from the games you can watch elsewhere?
It's very different. I mean, previously, my stereotypical view at football games were only for professionals, only for hardcore fans. If you don't know much enough about football, if you don't know much about this football club or this football player, you probably will be a laughing stock for other football fans. So, like, I think to me, other football leagues are super professional, and you have to buy tickets, and you have to know so much to get a glimpse of the football game. But here in Cunchao, in Guizhou, it's completely different. It's like a game that everyone can join. It's a sport for the masses. I can give you an example, like in the village, you don't need to buy ticket. Anyone can go. Either you're a local, you're a tourist, either you're a football fan or not, you can just go in and sit there watching the football game, cheer for any team you want to cheer for, and you will see all the grandmas, all the aunties, uncles, kids, young people. I mean, no matter what age group they are from, which ethnic group they're from, they're all there watching the game, and they will cheer for the team. And you know, even the prize for the winners are different. The prizes for the winners are not some like a fancy football cup or fancy, I know, like the prizes we saw in other major football games.
Like a trophy.
The trophies for them are probably a chicken, a lamb, a goose. So it's just some like a real how to say the stuff that you can use, go back home and cook for yourself. So it's like a really fun game that designed for everyone, for the people. So I feel the enthusiasm for the sports is genuine from the public, and there's no bars for entry. So I think that's my major observation.
Yeah, so the rewards for the winners are much more practical than the trophies. So gooses, chicken, which you can actually use for food. And so Yeah, this game really sounds like it's half a game and half a party. And as you said, it's like a party, a game for the masses, for everybody. And as this game from Guizhou becomes more popular, there are actually professional players that are at presence at Guizhou, including last month that Kaká also went there. And how did he enjoy playing football in Guizhou?
Well, I wasn't there when he was playing at the game,
Hmm.
but according to all the videos and footage and news reports I watched online, I mean, the entire village was super excited that he went there because, since the whole village loves football. I mean, seeing such a iconic international professional football star to go their village and play with the kids. I mean, it's astonishing for the villagers. And from the videos of Kaká playing at the field, he was having a good time. He didn't just show up and shake hands with locals. He actually played at the football field, play with the kids, holding little kids. So, I mean, this is a very important moment for the villagers, I could imagine, because this village is called Rongjiang County in Guizhou province. Such a small county. Many of the villagers, not to mention most of them probably haven't been to any other countries. Most of them probably didn't go to other cities in China. Many of them probably never been to Beijing or Shanghai. But now, professional football stars from China and from around the world are willing to go to their county to meet them, play with them. That's so iconic. So I think I would love to see more international stars to go to Rongjiang County to play with them as well. That will be a huge boost for the whole Guizhou province.
Yeah, and we've been talking about football specifically, and there's actually also basketball, the Twin BA, the Village Basketball Association, that also went viral from this very province, Guizhou. And among all the villages in China, why rural sports went viral just from Guizhou? Is there something special about the people in Guizhou that have made them so natural in playing sports?
Yeah, it's a good question. And I think this question probably has been asked by everybody across the nation. China never lack of football fans, even though we don't have a really good international national team.
Right.
But there's a huge amount of football fans are so enthusiastic about football. But why is such a village in Guizhou became the iconic village? I think my observation is first, this enthusiasm is, like I mentioned earlier, from the people. There's no limitations. Everybody can enjoy, everybody can go and see. And the games, the tournament are happening every day. And every weekends, you will see a lot more people watching and playing. Different teams from different provinces will go to that county to play. So it sparked enthusiasm for the masses since a very young age. Many of the kids, I mean, grandpas watching the game. I assume most of them don't understand football, but they still enjoy watching that, and they will take their grandkids to watch. And the grandkids, 3 years old, 5 years old, have been watching the football games growing up. And I talk to many of the local kids. They want to be football stars when they grow up. So I mean, that's the education for children since they're a kid. I mean, plant the seed is important. So I think that's one. And second, it's even more remarkable if you think of the geographic locations of Guizhou, because Guizhou is probably the only province in China that doesn't have plains.
Hmm.
Guizhou is full of mountains and valleys. It's so hard to find large playing field in Guizhou. Yet, with that such limitations, this village somehow managed to make football the most popular game among the people. How impressive is that? So it must be from the passion of the people. And third, Chao became so popular, but this is not an overnight thing. I think most people probably only start to know Chao since 2023, since last year. But actually, they have been holding such village super league, the Chunchao, for a decade, for at least a decade. And this village game, either you know it or not, either there are live streaming on social network or not, it has been happening every day, every week. So they're not doing this for attention.
Hmm.
They have been doing this because they are passionate for this. So since Chunchao became so popular, there's another in another village in Guizhou. There's a NBA like village NBA. So
Right.
and it also attracted many NBA stars to go. I think people are driven by passion, by enthusiasm, not by some material goals.
Hmm. That's very interesting. The sense I'm getting from this village in Guizhou is that these sports activities, football or basketball, they are village friendly, which all the people from the village will be part of and participate in. And this has made the sports activities such a long tradition in this village. As you said, more than a decade, they've been doing these sports regardless of getting attention or not. So about a year ago, that was the time for Chunchao, the village super league, to officially kick off. And has this football tournament been any different over this past year?
I think first the difference is now is getting more attention nationwide and international wide. Many people want from China, different teams from China, different provinces want to go to Guizhou to have fun, and of course it attracted so many tourists. Now the tourism in Guizhou is booming because everybody wants to travel to Guizhou to take a look at what's the magic about Sun Chao. So that's that. International attentions, like we saw Brazilian football star Kaká has been playing there, and I'm sure there will be more international football stars visiting Guizhou in the future. So I think that's the difference. Second, I think Sun Chao is also becoming the inspiration for economic development for province. I think that's what's my takeaway from the observing the whole booming of the event is it makes villages cool.
Right.
Guizhou used to be one of the main battlefield for poverty alleviation for China. Guizhou was among the poorest regions in China until at the end of 2020, millions of people in Guizhou got lifted out of extreme poverty. So just think about this village used to be so poor. Now it's becoming so not rich, but much better off. I think the latest data showing, I think just in 2023, there were like 7 million, at least 7 million people visited
Wow.
Chao. And of course, the income of the villagers are booming. Local villagers are doing this businesses just because of Sun Chao. They are running their restaurant, they are selling souvenirs, designing fancy souvenirs. It's a huge income boost for the local villagers. And I think I have one data is by in 2014, the average income for the people impoverished was just a little bit around 3,000 yuan.
Mm-hmm.
But 2023, the average income for the impoverished people have been improved to 14,000,
Wow.
more than 14,000. It's like tripled. The income is tripled. So the Sun Chao, it has become more than a sports event. It becomes it's providing better life for the entire village and entire Guizhou. That resonates with China's national policies of rural revitalization. How we keep improving the rural regions. You need to make rural regions cool. We know rural regions have been losing talents because young people want to move to the major cities to
Mm-hmm.
find fancy work because the cities are cooler. But now because of Sun Chao's booming, because of events like Sun Chao making villages cool, more young people are returning to villages, returning to remote regions, returning to their hometowns because they can run their own businesses. They can have design fancy cafes, restaurants. They can design their cultural products. They can do all the fancy stuff they wanted to do in the cities. The villages are cool. So I think that's a key progress for revitalizing rural regions. So now it looks like it's just a sports event, but in the future, it will boost the whole western region of China, which was relatively impoverished.
That's remarkable because now the farmers in Guizhou, they are making a better living more than just selling the harvests. So
Yeah.
this fame, popularity brought by Chao and also basketball as well have really boosted the local economy. But on top of the football and the basketball games, the local culture in Guizhou is also getting more spotlight. And a little side note for you is that the Dong culture, which is an ethnic minority in Guizhou, so this group is actually known for its ethnic choirs, which has become a global hit about half a year ago after a very popular mobile game made a series of music with Dong harmonic singing. And I learned that during the football games, they were also showcasing really a lot on the local culture from the Don ethnic group. And what's your impression of the local culture from these games?
I mean, oh wow. Speaking of the local culture, I recommend everybody to visit Guizhou because Guizhou's culture is so diverse. Many provinces in Western China are very diverse, but for Guizhou, China has 56 different ethnic groups, and Guizhou has people from all 56 ethnic groups.
Wow. So it's like a miniature version of China.
Yeah. But the majority living in Guizhou are actually Dong people, Miao people,
Hmm.
and also Yi people, Zhuang people, where so many ethnic minority groups. But you know what? In cities like Beijing, Han people are the majority, and other ethnic groups are probably minority. But in Guizhou, when you go to school, Han people is the minority. Yeah,
Right.
students will be surrounded by people from other ethnic groups.
Table has
So
turned.
yeah, that's the good thing about Guizhou. When you go there, you will see so many diverse cultures. And at the Cunchao, there's a segment that you can experience this diverse culture. For example, at the end of the game, everybody was looking forward to this carnival, to this dancing party. They call it Dongdi. It's like
Hmm.
Dongdi, like dancing with very distinct Dong characteristics or Miao ethnic characteristics.
So it's
So
is it like a clubbing with Dong music?
yes, exactly. And the DJ is wearing their Dong traditional clothes. They call it 动
Hmm.
Wang, like Dong DJ. And because Chunchao is a very major event for local people as well. So local people tend to bring out their best traditional clothes with all the jewelries, like the silver necklace, silver crowns, like all their jewelries and their fancy ceremonial traditional clothes. They wear all that as a full package to this game to dance. So people who go to Zhengzhou, you will see more than football. You will see people, traditional local people dancing. They will do some special program to showcase their culture. You can join them to dance, to learn some Dong music, Dong dance moves. If you have time to visit some of the villages, I recommend that there are some like called Miao Zhai, so village for Miao people. You will see the iconic architectures of these ethnic groups. So it's so great. And then also I want to mention last time I went there because international students from Guizhou University went to that Tsuncha as well. Almost 100 students from different countries went to Guizhou, and they're from West Asia, they're from Africa, they're from Latin America, they're from Southeast Asia. And these students also brought their own brilliant cultures to the Cunchao. So such an amazing clash of cultures, but in a positive way because
Right.
everybody showing their own cultures and embracing each other's cultures. It's the first time for local villagers to see African dance, Latin American dance. So, I mean, such a beautiful scene to see this harmonious existence of different cultures.
Right. We really need events like this to remind us like, how diverse China's culture is. And it's actually doing more than that. It's actually showcasing the diversity of the whole world at the same time. But
Yeah.
everything sounds fantastic. The sports tournament, football, basketball, and also as well as the cultural events. But here's the final question for you, Jingjing. That I know a sports tournament with farmers is a very creative and a novel idea that really, attracts people's attention. But I'm afraid that as this event continues, do you think people will gradually lose interest in watching a game played by non-professionals? And how long do you think Sun Chao's popularity will last?
Well, local people have been doing this for almost decades with no attention at all. The attention really just arrived last year, 2023. But even with no attention, they have been doing this. They have been pouring efforts into this. Because of what? Because they love the sports. Because they know this will help improve their village. So I don't think it will lose momentum, even though other people's nationwide attention has been shifted to other places.
Hmm.
But I'm sure local people will continue to do this. And also, I noticed a very interesting trend when I was in the village. Everywhere you go to the village, surrounding village, there we will see logos saying, encouraging local farmers. Three sentences. First is, let the mobile phones be the new farm tools. And the second sentence is, let the data be the new agricultural materials. And third sentence is, let live streaming be the new farm work.
Hmm.
So what does it mean? They're encouraging whole villagers, farmers, to embrace the digital age. Their farm work is no longer just planting agricultural stuff. Their farm work are also including live streaming, broadcasting at their Cuntao Football League, or selling their products through e-platforms. So, and if you go to Cuntao, you will see a lot of mobile phones, a lot of live streamings. Everybody is making live streaming and video clips, introducing the products they design. So what I saw is even in villages in China, farmers have jumped into this digital age. They are so forward thinking. They're embracing the new technologies being developed by China's high tech team and expand their farm work. So this such a forward thinking make me have so much hope in the development of villages. I really think there's a very positive future for villages, not just in Guizhou, because Guizhou's success is encouraged, is a good example for all the village, all the provinces in China. So next year, next decade, we will look a fantastic booming of economy, of culture, of all remote regions, of all provinces of China.
That's fantastic. Maybe one day the attention will go, but regardless of getting this attention or not, the party and the games will always continue in Guizhou.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for speaking with us, Jingjing.
Thank you so much for having me.
While Kaka may be the most high-profile visitor to Rongjiang, the fame of the Village Super League has transcended borders. So far, 12 football teams from abroad have visited Rongjiang, and the tournament's influence is spreading to countries like Benin and South Africa. This Wednesday, organizers announced a special tournament set to kick off in 2 years' time, involving partner countries of the Belt and Road Initiative. Furthermore, plans are underway for a World Cup of the Village Super League set to take place in 2028. And that brings us to the end of this episode of Deep Dive. If you enjoyed what you just heard, don't forget to follow us on your podcast platform. Just search for Deep Dive. You can also leave comments to let us know what you want to learn about China and beyond. This episode is brought to you by me, Li Jingjing, and my colleagues Zhang Zhang, Qizhi, and Dou Hongyu. Special thanks to CGTN reporter Li Jingjing. I'll see you in the next one.